Good evening, Professor Nystrom. This is Michael from your ET716 class. Now, this is my A.S.P.C.A app, and I'm a bit annoyed because I've done like 5 recordings, and each time the recorder has cut off because my computer has decided to be ridiculous. But either way, let's get into it. So, first I have the strings file, and in the strings file, I have the string image large, and I changed the app name to A.S.P.C.A Adoption App as well. Okay, so the image large is going to display this as its name, and then that's pretty much it, right? For the content description. Then in the main activity, not in the main activity, in the activity main, um, we have the linear layout, and we have to close the knife for the linear layout, and then we have all of this inside the linear layout. Now, I did go in and add in some stuff beyond what we would have, and one of those things that I added in was the margin left. And the reason why I added in the margin left was because I found that in the emulator the images were actually have it open and emulate the images were like all the way to the end, and I didn't like that because it didn't sit right with me, right? Then we have all the other standard coding on the horizontal spacings and all that nonsense, and then for the image view, basically our basic copy and paste code. I don't copy and paste, but it's the same code as usual. The image large, the margin top, the layout, the layout height, the gap, content description, right? Now, for our main activity Java, because I also want to explain something real quick afterwards, is we have our integer dogs, and then we have the images for the dogs. Then we have the image view pick, and then we got this. Now, I did make a huge, drastic change to the code, right? Because before this code was there, there was none of this, none of these if statements, and it was just this toast statement with a position inside of it. The reason why I changed it is because I was like, hey, these dogs have different names. I don't want to say dog 1, dog 2, dog 3, dog 4. Because when you go to adopt a dog, you would like to know the dog's name, right? So one thing I did was I decided to make the if statements. And this actually took me and Kevin to figure out, because I had figured out the if statements, but then I was making it more complicated than it had to be. And Kevin was helping me out, and then, we figured it out together. So I do have to give credit to Kevin for that. And so from here we have the if statement, if the position equals 0. Because remember, in the string, it starts from 0. So it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a total of 6 images. Right? So it's going to say, hey, if the position is equal to 0, you're going to make the text say the dog's name is Barney, and you're going to make it long and all that nonsense. Right? Else if the position equals 1, and then I had to put in the else if, so it knows like, hey, if the position is 1, then do this, or if the position is 1, do this, or if the position is 3, do this, 2, 4, 5, right? And then we have the pick set image resource, which is again makes the large image display. And then we have our standard code here. Sorry, I haven't gotten much sleep. And then like we have the dog position, and then I did set it to center crop. And that's pretty much it for the code. Now, the one thing I did want to show you is that I had tried to make this entire thing responsive. Not a good idea. It's really hard to make this entire thing responsive. It doesn't work at all. I mean, it works. I've done it in another app that we're working on, but to make it responsive, you have to use a view, which is this thing over here, a view, which is this thing over here, and then you have to use constraint layout. We have our thing set to linear layout, and then we have to insert these things called helpers. They're not available in linear layout. You'd have to convert to constraint layout to get helpers, and then the helpers are essentially guidelines, and you have to constrain them to the guidelines. That's really it, so that everything can be responsive for like different app sizes. Just it won't support like landscape view though. So that's just another thing I wanted to share with you. But other than that, let's go back to the program running. So I have it running here, and because I realized that my Gradle started taking a long time to build and run stuff, so I've got to do a cleanup on my computer. But either way, if you click on the image, you see it'll open up and say, hey, the dog's name is Barney. Then if I go to this one, it'll say the dog's name is Charlotte. If I go to this one, it'll say the dog's name is Denver. This one it'll say the dog's name is Hercules. The dog's name is Sunny. And then the dog's name is Yofiel. And then that's pretty much it. Alright, Professor Nystrom, thank you for your time. And I hope you are satisfied with what you see so far. Thanks. Stop the recording.